Hey, man.
What's happening?
Good to see you, man.
Ow. Good to see you too, man.
It's been a crazy week.
It has. It has, man.
It's been insane. Hello, everybody. This is Johnny Beane and Jay Hannon. It is talking guitars and what? Music,
And
rock
food.
and roll, and food. We'll talk about what we had for breakfast. July 31st, 2020, 8:09 Eastern Time, 5:09 Santa Cruz, California time. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Man, I updated the software on this laptop here, right? It finished like literally minutes before we went on, right? Now it's making the loudest noise now.
The fan's probably trying to blow all the heat out of it.
Yeah.
It's your MacBook?
Yeah. That's what I use. I use that for other stuff, but I'm gonna split. I'm gonna leave that.
Oh, we're leaving already, huh? We're gonna split. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. See ya.
Thank you for watching. All right. I'm just gonna let it do its thing for a little bit. So yeah, hey man. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been a crazy week, and really quickly, everybody, let me just say Tuesday's show is still not up. Okay. It's, you guys, if you saw the show live, you're probably the only ones that will ever see it, because I don't see it actually even coming back. It's taken way too long to fix the technical glitches that happened, and so
well, it was a long ass show because every time I came back in, I was like, hey, these guys are still going.
It was 4 hours. It was 4 hours, and it was just rocking, just nonstop. It was crazy. It was craziness. If you guys that saw it, you know, Mancuda had this dude, this 5150, literally outside his window, that was like going crazy and yelling, screaming. Mancuda goes out there and was talking to the dude, and he actually brought back a selfie with the guy. You know,
I didn't see that part, man. That's why you got to watch every second of every show live, everybody, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, there are some pictures over in the Discord, so make sure to check that out. Anyway, because the Discord's happening, man. I mean, everybody. See, where are we? Where is it? Everybody. There we go. Everybody that's anybody is over there now, and we're having a great time. There's content being posted nonstop, you know, because I get every alert of everything that goes on over there, and just all day and all night, there's people over there having a great time, posting stuff, you know, talking about, you know, the stuff we talk about on these shows, posting pictures of their guitars, you know, their pizzas, you know, whatever. So it's, you know, finally after 2 years, there's 5 people over there all the time now, and it's great.
Does anybody ever jump into the to the live, whatever it's called, that one meeting room or whatever?
The voice channels.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, people do. And actually, that's an idea that I had for this show, to incorporate into these shows, is to do some sort of like after show or some sort of pre-scheduled voice chat over there and record them and upload them as podcasts.
Oh,
you know, so that's another idea. That's another idea. But speaking of podcasts, I'm a little late because of my computer problems, but make sure to check out the podcast over on iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. And real quickly, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and eventually, so make sure to join over there as well.
What are you pointing to? Because I have you in a pop-out window, so you're right underneath my camera. So it just looks like you're pointing to a black box underneath your
my name
okay,
on that my name on that black box right there. I'm not
going
to say
it reaches all the way over there, huh? That's pretty impressive, man.
yeah, but create an account over there if you have not, because Jay and we actually did a show over there with John BL actually, and it was a good time.
It was.
But yeah, just lots of ideas, lots of different stuff, but that's one of them. So create an account over there, look up that word right there, join over there. There's a lot of different, it's similar to here but different, and lots of cool stuff, very cool stuff over there. And then what else? Oh, here on YouTube we have our channel members. Thank you so much. They're basically our sponsors of the videos, here on YouTube. And the executive producers are Charles Green, Joe Christian, Thomas Santiago, Music Therapy Laz, Mike Neese, Michael Smith, and Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael. Well, Johnny, when if one of those people that's on that distinguished list drops off, like let's just say the captain doesn't want to pay you next month, do you get an alert? Do you get notified?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't, but I can tell.
Oh.
But no, there's several. There's like 29 or 30 channel members, but the top tier are the ones that are called the executive producers.
Okay.
So that's the top tier right there.
So those are the ones you really check on to make sure that they're
well, no, I mean, I appreciate all of them, because every one of them helps with supporting these videos, everybody. So but yeah, click the join button right down below down there here on YouTube if you'd like to take your subscription a step further.
If you want to take your whiskey home.
Yeah, we'll give you a little to-go cup. And yeah. So what's new, man?
Well, I got some cool news today. I know you have an unboxing soon, but we'll wait on that, right? Wait a little while for that.
Right there. And I know I'm lagging. My computer sucks. So that's how it is. But so yeah, what's the latest, dude?
About an hour ago, maybe even less than an hour ago, I ordered the EVH Frankie.
No way.
Yeah. So
it's exciting.
But it looks like it's on back order. It might be like the first of the year or something by the time I get it. But it doesn't matter. Whatever.
It's all good, man. I mean, I've always thought, it gives you something to look forward to. And let's say if it takes, another 5-6 months, that's just something to look forward to. It's, because once you get it, you'll be jamming on it and you'll be on to the next, Well,
I'm still on this.
Oh.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Jeannie. Jeannie just commented in the chat and said, wait, you ordered another guitar? Whoops. Yeah. Aren't you wondering why you're missing your credit card? So that being said, I'm super excited for it. And who knows when it's going to be here. Obviously, I'll do the unboxing. Maybe not on a Friday, especially if I get it like on a Monday. But we'll definitely do the unboxing on this channel.
Awesome.
So that being said, if anybody is looking for an EVH striped Wolfgang, I have one. It's upgraded with a 42 millimeter brass block, L block. So that's the bigger one. And it has a German Floyd on it.
That's
And
cool. Oh, but wait, there's more.
There's more. It's got the stainless steel block inserts, so there's that as well. And it's got obviously these things, and the EVH class block, whatever the hell that whole thing is called. And so if you want to play some, let's see, how's it go again? I'll stop there. I don't want to get you flagged. So if you want to play Main Street on this bad boy or anything else, let me know. We'll work something out.
Awesomes.
So, and the strap. Did I say strap? Whatever.
Guitar strap. It comes with strings.
I don't know about the strings. I might.
Oh. Okay. You guys might have to buy your own strings.
Yep. Just got to buy your own strings. So.
Awesomes. Thank you, Sandra. 72 watching. Only 22 likes. Man.
Yeah. Come on.
Leave a thumbs up. Oh, yeah. Make sure to subscribe. Well, that's cool, man. Yes, anybody, if you're interested in that guitar, contact Jay. Where can they contact you? Instagram?
They got to come to my house.
Okay.
No, just Facebook Messenger, Instagram, whatever. You know.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Oh, I just got a message.
Already.
We'll start the bidding at yeah. What do you say, home? What do you say, home? I can't do that auctioneer voice. Can anybody do that?
No. Only that one guy can do it.
The Micro Machine guy?
Yeah, Micro Machine guy. I think he's the only one. I saw who said it? Somebody said we'll start the oh man. This chat is rolling, you guys. Dang. Yep. I was about to enable slow mode. You know?
That's how my brain has been today. Slow mode. There's only a few things that are better in slow motion. When you're trying to learn a guitar lick from a video.
Mm-hmm.
And when well, there's other kind of videos that, you know, we all know, but
Wow. Okay, let me boot up this other computer here. Make sure this is working good. Let's see. Well, that's awesome, man. That's those are awesome guitars. There we go. I've played them. You know, I've played them all, and it looks amazing. They sound great, and you've got all the upgrades.
Yeah.
So you can't really.
And it's not like I want to sell it. I kind of have to in order to, you know, get the Frankie. I mean, here's the thing. I wasn't really interested in the Frankie, except when Caleb and Michael Smith got theirs. Caleb, I talked to him on the phone before last Saturday night, and he was just like, dude, he's like, I don't know how they did it with this guitar. He goes, it's a Mexican-made EVH guitar, and it's phenomenal. He's like, the neck just has something about it. And you know, I'm more of a I like wider necks because I'm used to, you know, the whole 7-string thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you know, the necks on the Wolfgangs, they're the R2, so they're definitely, you know, they feel tiny to me. You know, they're not as wide. And the Frankie's got the R3, so it's a little wider.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I said, I don't really want to sell it, but I kind of have to in order to get the other guitar. The chat asks, will you put the reflectors and quarter on it? The quarter, definitely. I was actually looking on eBay last night at 1971 quarters. The reflectors, probably not. I mean, if I was like, say, in a Van Halen tribute band or something, or did that thing like online, I would probably do the reflectors. Ooh. But I'm probably not gonna do the reflectors.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you're a super nerd, you know.
Yeah, my plan is to put an 84 Floyd on it. Maybe put a Frankenstein pickup in it, or try one of the other companies' kind of early Van Halen pickups.
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously the quarter, but you know. Oh, Chad says I have a bunch of quarters. Send me your address. Well, I need about $5,000 worth of quarters.
How much is the guitar in quarters?
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh wow, look at this. Our friend Peter. You're in here, man? Yeah, Guitar for a Cure. There you are, man. He sent me some pictures of his.
Ooh.
Which actually, can I get this other thing going? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll pull up those pictures on this computer here, and you guys, yeah, those guitars, man. You know, I played two of them at the NAMM show, Winter NAMM. They had a couple of them there, and actually for the whole show, you only saw one.
Mm-hmm.
So people were like, you know, fighting over this one guitar. That Sunday night when me, Mancuda, Michael Smith, maybe, who else? McNamara, who else? We were there, and somebody peeks around the corner, like, oh, look, another one. And so there's pictures of Mancuda holding two of them.
Oh, did you play both of them or just the one?
I played them both.
Did they kind of feel, for the most part, like consistent, or did they feel like completely different guitars?
No, they felt the same.
That's good.
They felt the same.
That's good.
Definitely. Let's see. Peter, I'm going to show the pictures of your guitar. Wait, what did you just send those to? Facebook, right? Oh, by the way, Cameron, are you in here? Is Cameron in here? I'm on Facebook, and I'm seeing here, happy birthday, Cameron Brown.
Yeah, man.
Or was that yesterday for him?
No, it's today. Well, it might be tomorrow for him because it's I think
tomorrow.
It's midnight.
As far as you and I are concerned, it's today.
It's still today. Yes.
So Cameron Brown, everybody wish Cameron Brown a happy birthday in the chat.
Yep.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I saw his post this morning. Peter. Okay. All right. Here's just to show you guys the guitar that we're talking about here. You hear that? That's him sending me messages.
Can you hear my baby down there crying?
Yeah.
Jeannie, stop crying. No, I'm sorry. I'll be down soon.
Facebook. Share. Okay, there we go. That should be it.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. All right, so our friend Guitar for a Cure, that's his. Right there. And he's in the chat. There he is. He said he did all the FU tone mods, the block, the inserts, stainless screws. Amazing. Best sounding guitar I own. So resonant. The pickup sounds amazing. Right on, man. Yeah. So that's the guitar right there. Brand new, of course, from EVH gear. And everybody's getting them. Our friend Caleb from Nerd Halen has one. Michael Smith, the captain, has one.
Cameron Cooper has
one. The other Cameron.
And those three guys have told me personally that they're awesome. Like Cameron Cooper, I didn't even ask him. All of a sudden, I'm getting messages from him one morning. I wake up and my Instagram's going crazy, and he's sending me pictures. He's like, dude, this thing's awesome. I was like, crap, man. Now I got 3 people that I know telling me that the guitar just has it. So I'm like, son of a gun. Now I got to get it.
It does.
Yep.
It definitely does.
Oh, and another mod that I would make. Not a mod, but the dummy pickup, the single coil.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wired up, but it works. You can wire that up and it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably do that as well.
That's true.
Yep.
Absolute mayhem. Hey now. Peter. Man, he's sending me like 100. All right, let me find another one. Where's another picture? Yeah, these I'd love one of these too, but I need a new computer is what I need, man. I'm it's awful, all the stuff that I have to deal with. Okay, there's a picture of the back, and you can see Peter did the FU tone, the claw, the springs, the block.
Yep.
You can see that.
And those are the super tight springs,
Yeah.
the heavy duty ones.
Yes.
Yep. Good stuff, man.
Awesome. Awesomes. All right, let's see what else. What else?
Well, you want to pull that? Just go to the EVH Gear site and pull that guitar up, and just to kind of. I mean, I know you've done it probably 3 times already, but
Today?
yeah.
Wait, what's this picture? Wait a minute. What are you telling me? Can I show this? Let me see what he's telling me first. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that's old. The one I got, the one. Oh, are these pictures from a store then? Peter, can I show these?
Who is he talking to?
He sent me pictures of his. He sent me a picture of 3 of those, and with an arrow pointing to the one that's his.
Oh,
it's pretty cool. Do you want me to show this? Okay, yes. Okay, look at this, you guys. This is awesome. Let's see. Share screen. Facebook. Okay, let's see if you guys can guess. In the chat, which guitar is Peter's guitar? Guitar for a Cure. You guys all know him. We did a video with him, like a month ago or so, and he will be back. But in the chat, let's see. We got numbers. We got from left to right. 1, 2, 3. Put 1, 2, or 3. Which one do you think is his? Or A, B, or C. Either one. I know which one it is. Do you know which? Do you know which one, Jay?
no.
If you were to pick one, which one would you pick?
Well, the lighting's different. I mean, the one on the left, the neck, the fretboard looks. I would probably pick the one on the. Look at the fretboard on the one on the right. I kind of like that. I'd probably pick the one on the right. I would pick C.
C. In other words, 3.
Mm-hmm.
In number language, 3.
Yeah.
In the alphabet language, C.
Yeah,
Susie Cherry says 1. Halfay says 1. Mike Neese, I think that's a 1. Thomas Santiago says 1. Absolute Mayhem says A.
Wow, that seems to be the.
Wow. Okay.
King Tony has good taste. He said C as well. Sleep. He said sleep.
All right, I'll scroll up. I'm sorry. My other the laptop I normally use is useless now. So I don't see the live chat in like real time. So for me, it's like the StreamYard. It's very, what do you call it? So I apologize. All right, we got 80 people in here. All right, I'm going to scroll up and show you guys which one is his.
So whatever number or letter gets picked the most, that guitar gets sent to somebody in the chat, right? If they win it, don't we just pick somebody randomly? Did they get it?
Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, and Peter's guitar is.
One. Wow. Well, it's definitely the most popular choice. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one with the less glare in the picture.
Less hair? Oh, glare.
The glare. Yeah, because look at you got all the glare on the one on the right there, and then this one and that one. There's really no glare on it. You know. That's cool. Very cool, man.
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome.
We have a cool question in the chat from Robot Master Switch. I think it would be kind of neat to talk about this for a few minutes if it's all right with you. Let me scroll back and find it now. He says, Jay, some of the lads I coach in rugby got their band signed. They leave for Florida in a week and they are young, like 19 to 21 years old. What advice would you offer very young and inexperienced metal band? Well, he brings up something about trying to own their music, retain control of their music. So the one regret that I have for my band when we signed our record deal was that, like, it's been 15 years since the album came out.
Mm-hmm.
BMG owns the rights to the masters. We don't own it. So I would try to get something in that contract that states after 10 years, the rights to the master recordings get transferred to the band. I think that's huge because it sucks that, 15 years later, we don't have any control over those recordings. I mean, obviously, we could re-record the songs if we want because we own the publishing.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as those recordings and that CD and that, those masters, like we don't own
and
it.
To make that really to make that really simple for those of you that are watching that don't know the business, like let's say Jay's band, let's say they can't put out a video or any kind of, they can't sell anything with the original recordings. So let's say they wanted to make a video of one of those songs, like they wanted, like let's say if you guys wanted to make a music video for a song there was never a video for it, and you wanted to use that recording, so it's obviously amazing, production's amazing, everything. You guys make a YouTube video using that track. Yeah, it's your song, but next thing you know, YouTube says, "Hey, you don't own this."
Yeah.
And even though they're like, "Yeah, that's our song," it's like the recording itself, the sound of it, the production, the recording.
Yep.
That's the simplest terms. They don't own. And I know some people they don't understand that, but that's part of the deal.
Yeah, and also the if any money is made off of that after that 10-year span, BMG is still getting a cut of all that instead of, what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the one thing, and I know that that is a thing. Like I've heard have a 10-year thing, but usually the label will put a stipulation saying that if the album sales or streams goes below a certain amount, sometimes they'll put that, in there, or there's all stipulations, but I would try to get them to agree to 10 years, you own it.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the streaming, man, because that's where it's at now, because nobody buys CDs anymore. I mean, really, any physical media, CDs, nobody buys cassette tapes anymore. I'm sorry to say, nobody does. Vinyl, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
if you could get that re-released as vinyl, but then again, you wouldn't own the recordings.
Yeah.
But that's why you hear about some bands or songwriters where they're selling records, but they're broke because
Mm-hmm.
they're not making the money off their own records. The company is, the record labels are. You hear about that all the time, and some people you can't understand it. It's hard to understand, but back in the day, signing a record contract was like giving everything up, to do that. It's different now. It really is. It's there's so many different different venues you can go now. You can put out your own stuff. It's all about distributing, and that's the main thing. That's the whole reason why you want to be on a record labels, for the distribution.
Yep.
That's the whole deal.
Yeah, distribution and promotion. Yep.
And the promotion. Yeah, you can burn off your own CDRs. You can upload your own stuff to Spotify, iTunes. I've got my own stuff on Spotify, iTunes, all that. But if you have a label behind you, it's obviously it's much better. But these days, right now you can't tour. Yep. You can't go out there. You can't promote it. You got to do all this stuff yourself, which you should be doing anyway. I mean, any band or any entertainer should be doing all that stuff themselves.
The other thing, if they're going to sign a record deal, I mean, maybe they already did, but try to get something like, usually, labels will try to lock you in and have an option. Our deal was 2 albums, option for a third, but the option was ours. And we had to fight for that. Usually the label gets to decide if they want to, the option thing. It's their option whether they want to keep you or drop you. But if, think of it this way. If you're a band and you sign a 2-album deal with an option for a third, and the label has the option, let's just say you put out 2 records and the second record goes through the roof, and the label has the option to extend to that third record at that shitty rate you were getting.
Yeah, because you can put out your first record, it stinks. Put out, but you tour, or and then you put out a second one, maybe it takes off.
Yep.
And then you're stuck. You have other record labels come and hey, we want you, but hey, we're stuck with these guys with this stupid deal that we signed.
Yep.
And then now our music sucks because we're mad all the time. And, so we get dropped, and then the labels that want it, they don't want nothing to do with us now anyway.
Yep. Another thing, this is another personal experience one, is get separate management from the label. I know it sounds dumb and it sounds obvious.
And the singer.
Yeah. He can get his own management. No, we were stupid. If we could go back, that's one thing that the band and I have always, I'm not the type of person to look back and say, oh, I should have done this different, I should have done that different. You can't do that. No. But one thing that we all agree on, that if we could go back, we would have had separate management from the label. For some reason, we were talked into having a separate group of people that were Sanctuary Records employees, but they were responsible for our management. And when that happens, you have the same people fighting or arguing for your best interests with the same people. So there's nobody from the outside fighting for you, saying, no, this is what you guys have to be doing for this band, blah, blah, blah. When it's the same people fighting for it didn't really, it doesn't really work like that. So that's another thing. If the label tries to talk you into not getting separate management, tell them to suck it and get separate management.
Yeah. Yeah, it's craziness. Here, let me pause this. My computer is, man, this computer. I kept hearing a glitch, and it's something running in the background. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's the record business.
Yep.
It pretty much, the record business pretty much started going downhill when I signed the deal I did with Desmond Child and Universal Records and everything at the time. Like right when we did that.
What year was that?
That was 1998.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was right after that. It's like, oh, this is called an MP3. And the whole thing just went downhill. I mean, it was the record. Everything just changed all of a sudden, and it wasn't the same. And I learned a lot of stuff working with Desmond, and I saw a lot of things that that nowadays a lot of people you won't see anymore. You
Yeah.
know, because like I said, though, a lot of people are doing it themselves, and but yeah, the managers. I remember playing the showcases for management and all that, and
those are nerve-wracking, man.
yeah,
They really are.
yeah,
Because you're not playing for a fan, or you're not trying to earn a fan. Like, every time you play a show, you got to think like, okay, the people that are here to see us, we got to bust ass for them. And then also the people that may have, never have no idea who you are, you got to make them a fan. But when you're playing for people that, it's a whole, I could never get into it as much as playing for, for people.
yeah, because you want to be good. I mean that's the thing. I mean that's it's very similar to this, actually, to what we're doing here. You want every time, this is a performance. What we're doing.
Well, it's a performance, but we're not like putting on an act of like pretending to be other people. Well, you're not. I am. I'm nothing like this.
That's not what it says, right? You're supposed to say something else there. That's not what it says here.
Yeah, I got all my lines written underneath there.
Yeah, but no, and any kind.
When are you going to unbox that box behind you so we can see what's in the box?
Oh, this box right here. I will open it soon. Yeah. Thank you. No, but what we're doing here, it's a we're performing. I mean, we're entertaining, it's live, and today is Frankenstein Friday. Clayton James Hicks, 1998 Hicks. That's right, man.
Yeah.
But playing on stage, playing in front of YouTube, Facebook, wherever, if it's live, it's the same. It's very similar. It's a very similar thing.
But I bet you'd rather be on stage right now playing guitar.
I would. I've always said that too. I've always said that, I wish, I was on, and this is before everything happened with, with this year. But that's the best. That's one of the best things in the world is playing on stage in front of people, and especially when it's packed, those shows where you can't even, where the audience is just a sea of people and they're sardines.
Yeah.
And it's hot as hell in there. And you're sweating. Your amplifier is like literally right next to you, blasting. I felt so bad for the people right in front of the stage where it's just their heads. I remember giving out earplugs to the kids right in front of me because my amp was like right here, because
they probably thought you were giving them drugs.
Yeah. No, man, I care.
These big orange pills this guy is giving us.
Yeah, I really, I care. I care about people's hearing and everything. And but no, yeah, those shows, man, it's unbelievable. And then you do it and it's done, and it's just a dream after that. It's like, did we really just do that?
Yeah, man.
But this is amazing as well. We appreciate and love everybody that watches, including. Do you want to do the roll call? Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it. You have a better voice for it. I always feel like I'm holding the show up when I do a roll call. Okay. I'll read a couple names. Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs. What's up, man? Thomas Santiago, the Dog Pa. Susie Cherry is here. Robot Master Switch. Nightbot is here. I don't know if anybody's happy about that. Mike Neese, Mickey Settlemeyer. Johnny Beane has graced us with his presence. He's in the chat. Janice Lala, Hugh Caldwell, Hal Face, Dan Halen, Clayton James Hicks. I guess I'm just going to do it, right? F it. AI Gaming, Alex R, Amanda Coombs, Ben Coombs, the Coombs Connection, everyone. Blackjack Locking. What is it? I can never get it. Blackjack Lock. What is it?
Blackjack
Guitar Nut. That's
Guitar Nut. Where's everybody watching from? Type in the chat where you're at right now. I'm in Santa Cruz.
And don't say your computer.
Yeah. There we go. That'll get the chat going.
John BL 5150.
Oh, John Beal. By the way, that reminds me, John Beal, we might have a guest tomorrow night. Oh, you're there too. We might Caleb called me today and he's like, hey, I was talking to somebody and they would love to come on. We just got to do it, set it up. So if we can get that all set up before tomorrow night, we'll have another guest, a very, very, very cool person that's in the world of rock and roll. And if not tomorrow, another time, of course, but looking forward to that.
Why are their names missing? I went to the that option that says participants, but I'm seeing more names in the live chat than I saw.
Where do you get the participants?
The 3 dots on the top corner, and then just go down to participants. But there's not as many people there.
Top corner. Oh,
there's more people in the chat than there are on that list. But whatever. If I missed anybody, I apologize.
I don't see that. I don't get that where I am. But hey. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got everybody in here. Thomas V is watching this. The Chad. Dude. AI Gaming. Mike Neese. Huge supporter, man. Thank you so much. AI Gaming. California Home Builders. See, when you ask people where they're at, you get all different people. You get people that you'd never see, you know. Han 36 Solo. Ricky Compton.
I hope he's in Compton. Actually, I hope
Ricky. Oh, he says, "Hey everyone." You ever been there? I've been there.
We drove past it. I wanted to take a picture in front of the sign that said Compton, whatever, this way or whatever.
Yeah.
Compton, city of Compton. Remember the NWA stuff?
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
man. Music Therapy Laz, of course. Chris Bevan. Good to see you. Steve Carmichael's in Atlanta. Sammy Reynolds.
Hotlanta.
Okay, Ricky Compton. He's in Michigan, out in the sticks. And that is his real name, Ricky Compton.
That's awesome.
That's his real name.
That's a cool name.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. Yeah, so I do have an unboxing, which can I say who this is from? They're here. Let me know in the chat. Just say yes or no.
Well, what if a bunch of people say yes? No.
Well, I know who it is though.
That's true.
I see them. Okay, they just said yep. All right, this is from Chad right here. So I will be opening this shortly, and we'll get to look at what's in there. Let's see. So, man, what else, man? I like that, man. Oh, what? Thank you, Medalina. Thank you so much. Oh, talking about the music business stuff, you know.
Oh well, the other one, and I've mentioned this before. If I had to give one tip to like either young musicians or
that was the whole point of this.
Yeah, young bands. The one thing the first thing I usually say is do not tune out loud on stage. That's the one thing if I go to a show or something and there's some band up there. And obviously, unless you're playing an acoustic instrument.
You know, Eddie Van Halen used to do that. You listen to their early like club shows and you hear him tuning between every song.
But now there's no excuse for that. But
he's Eddie Van Halen. So
and
even when he tunes, it sounds incredible.
If he changed his strings in the middle of a set, it'd be like, oh, well, he's Eddie Van Halen. You know, he can do that. Yeah, get a tuner that mutes your output and tune silently.
They probably didn't have those back in the day.
That's what I'm saying.
Back in the 70s, you know. Yeah, that's one of the greatest inventions as far as playing live. is that tuner. I've got the Boss, man, what is it called? The Boss, the white one with the orange writing on it, whatever that. Everybody knows that one. That's the greatest thing because you step on it, mutes your sound. There's no sound, and you see the light, and you're able to tune, and it's great.
Or what you can do is get yourself an awesome Ibanez. I'm not even lying about this, guys. This one right here, this guitar right here, this thing will stay in tune no matter what you do to it. I'm not even pulling anybody's chain on this. More often than not, we would play a show, and towards the end of the cycle, when this was my main guitar, we were doing like 45-minute sets, and I never had to tune in the middle of a set. And more often than not, I would put the guitar away, open it up the next night, and in tune, man. Like this guitar, just for some reason, just stays in tune. And you add in some. Oh, never mind. Dude, I mean, I haven't played this on stage or anything, the yellow one, but I don't have to tune it. It's awesome. So get a good instrument if you're going to be playing live, if you can. And,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, and then what advice would I give? First of all, play drums. That's
why? What a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but everybody needs a drummer. If you're a drummer and you're awesome,
that's a good point.
You'll always be working. Always.
Good guitarists are a dime a dozen, I feel.
Yeah. When let's say when it comes to like I'm not gonna say generic, but when it comes to like the instruments that everybody wants to play, the guitars, the vocals, let's say you got 1 million singers, you got 1 million guitar players. Actually, today I was on Instagram, Johnny Beane, by the way, on Instagram. And you know how you click the magnifying glass?
Yeah.
The search or whatever it is. Or I searched a hashtag or something, and I was scrolling, and it was nothing but people with guitars, just nonstop. And I thought about it. I'm like, what makes this one stand out from this one? What's the difference? They all play the same chords. Some of them probably play the same songs. What makes this one really stick out from this one? And my advice as far as that, if you're going to play an instrument that anybody can play, because really anybody can play the guitar, really. One of the keys is what I've always said is be able to write. Write songs. Work on your writing skills, because anybody can play a cover tune. Anybody can play whatever. Not everybody can write a hit song. And that's what I would work on is songwriting skills, coming up with parts,
But I do agree with you. I'm not going to say I don't. But it seems to me like if you want to make money, unless obviously you're in a popular band and stuff like that and getting paid. But I mean, if you want to get money nowadays, playing covers, playing bars and that type of thing.
Yeah.
There was a band that I recorded when I lived in New York, this band called Junket, Junket. Right before we moved down here, they started playing heavily, like, bars and stuff like that, and restaurants, covers. And they would obviously sprinkle in their own originals from time to time. But I remember the singer was telling me one time, he's like, dude, we're getting paid playing covers, dude. He's like, we're fine with it. It's one of those things, it's
Yeah, yeah. Covers is a huge deal now. I kind of forgot about that. Um, but the next level from that, next step from that is writing your own stuff and having a hit song. That's the next level from that, you know. And yeah, it's not going to happen to everybody, but if you work on it hard enough, you know, you can, you can probably do it.
Well, I think we discussed this a while back, but I think it's another good topic. I mean, when I started playing guitar, I mean, obviously you start playing because you have, you look at somebody, you see Eddie Van Halen on a poster, on a video, and you're like, oh my God, I want to do that. And obviously you have an influence to pick up an instrument or play a sport or whatever it is. But I don't think anybody, you want to play those songs, but I don't think anybody wants to play an instrument that doesn't want to play original music. I think that's the main goal. When you start playing, you're like, obviously you want to play these songs that you love and you hear, but I think the main thing is like, I want to be in a band. I want to play my own music. And that's the main goal.
I think if you're seriously into wanting to create your own or do your own thing, yes. Myself. Yeah, when I picked up the guitar at first, I wanted to be Van Halen. I wouldn't touch a guitar without a Floyd Rose tremolo, humbucker pickup. I wouldn't touch. Wouldn't touch it. Now, it's the opposite. Now it's a total different.
Yeah, but
Different thing.
that's just your taste changing as far as instruments and what you're playing. But I mean, when you started playing guitar, you didn't just want to play, like the thing in your brain wasn't just I want to play Van Halen songs and covers. Am I wrong? Like the idea of it was I want to be on stage playing my own music, right? Or am I wrong?
Probably no. I think you're right. I think you're right. But when you're first starting, whoever's on all those posters, you want to be that person.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they emulate that, and some people don't get away from that. Which there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody plays for different reasons. Not everybody wants to be the next I don't know, Barbara Streisand or whatever. I don't know. Not everybody wants to be the next, the one word, like the one word, like Cher, those artists with, like if I say, what's like a one word Sting, not everybody wants to be the next, not everybody wants to be, on that level, but those that do, that's what I'm trying to say. Those that do want to be the next Sting or the next Madonna or whatever, work on your writing, your writing skills.
Well, I couldn't wait to write original music. I mean, obviously when you start playing, you have to learn how to play an instrument. So you can't, obviously you can have melody in your head, but you have no idea about playing guitar or
not
anything.
not necessarily though. Not necessarily. There's songwriters out there that don't play instruments.
No. What I'm saying is when I first started playing, obviously you can have music ideas in your head, but you have no idea how to get it to here yet because you don't know, how to do this yet. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm going.
Yeah.
But you're right. There are some phenoms, I guess, out there that they can write music without even touching an instrument.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you get like Neanderthal says, he says he couldn't play an instrument or something, but he can hear the stuff in his head, and he would have his other band members play those parts. Mm-hmm. He would explain to them what to play.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess when I started playing, 15, I had no idea how to write a song or anything. You know what I mean? Like, but I think once you kind of get now, obviously, like we're talking about, there are some people out there that are just naturally gifted. But I'm trying to think the first song that my band wrote. Maybe it was like, a year or two after playing. You know, obviously you come up with parts like riffs, obviously, but as far as like, okay, we're going to write a song, you know, I felt it was kind of difficult because you don't understand all that stuff, you know, like how to structure or I didn't, at least at the time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But you work on it.
Yeah.
You write, you write, and you write and write and write until you get to a certain point. You know, it's like every time I pick up the guitar, literally every time I come up with ideas. Every time, you know, and it's amazing because for me that's what I want to do. You know, aside from being a talk show, YouTube, Facebook, you know, type of deal. You know, I love writing, you know, music. You
Can
know?
you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's cool. You'll look back at this video in 10 years, you know, and you'll have that.
You're still doing that? You're still whining. I still remember, like, I mean, I still listen to music now and think like, I think the more experience you have, whether it's playing or listening to music, even, like you just get inspired and you start to realize about songwriting. And I mean, it's like anything, painting, you know, it's like the more experience you have, whether it's actually painting yourself, not that I can, or just looking at other people, what they do, and you take experience from that and influence from it. And you start to like understand about songwriting and the ebb and flows of music and all that stuff. I think that's a lot of it too. It's just the experience of just listening, you know, and taking it in and trying to understand what they're doing.
And that's the most important thing right there, is to listen.
Yeah.
Listen, be patient, and try to understand what's going on, and you'll figure it out, and you can work it into your own way of doing things. You know, it's like myself, you know, I've played the guitar for years. I've played the piano or the keyboard my own way for a lot of years. Finally, you know, now, you know, at the age of 29, I'm actually learning the correct way of how to do that stuff. And I'm hanging out with jazz musicians. I'm hanging out with classical musicians. I'm hanging out with anybody but rock musicians. And I'm learning things that you wouldn't believe that I can incorporate into my own music or rock music or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like it or not, you guys, it's all the same thing. You know, there's different styles of music, but music is music, and the way that it's created, or the parts, whatever it is, the different instruments, it all relates. You know.
And one thing I think is awesome, and I remember this is probably about 10 years ago or 12 years ago, I put in an album that I hadn't heard, I hadn't listened to in a long time. And I heard a bunch of stuff that I didn't really like. Your way of listening kind of evolves too, after time goes on. And I remember just listening to it like, I've never listened to this album like this before, you know. And the album I'm talking about is Tool, Enema. And I just remember the song Third Eye, for instance, is the one song where I was like, just like, you know, I've listened to that record thousands of times when I was younger. And there was probably maybe 4 or 5 year span where I didn't listen to it. And then just I listened to it in the car one day and I was like blown away. I was like almost listening to it for the first time again, because I was hearing all this different stuff and like realizing what they were doing, you know? And it was just like, it was a whole new experience for me.
Yeah, it's like something like a light switch went off or whatever. And it's that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, when I listen to music, I can listen to the same thing, you know, over and over and over, whether it's in the car, whether it's through headphones or whatever, you know. And every time, you know, I can listen to the same song 100 times. Every time I listen to it, I hear something different. And it could be the same song, but every time I hear it, oh, I didn't notice that. that slight little that delay in that spot, because maybe you don't hear it on the speakers or in the car, but in the headphones you hear everything,
Yeah.
or that mix.
You're more prone to hearing stuff like move around. I think there's a spider or something.
It's a spider moving around.
Yeah. But I mean, so for instance, I mean, the album that my band, it's not out yet, of course, but when it comes out, my main focus was, having things move in the mix. Like there's one song in particular where I overdubbed right before. I'm trying to think what kind of part it was. I don't think it was a chorus, but it was a heavier part. I overdubbed an extra guitar going whoom and going into the part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I did was I told the mix engineer, I said, I mean, usually I mix stuff, but for my own or my band's record, we went outside and had somebody else mix it because I was driving myself nuts. But anyway,
yeah.
So what I suggested to the mix engineer is like, hey, for that one guitar part, can you have it going from one channel to the other? So when you hear it, especially with headphones, you hear that one guitar go right across, and it's like, whoa, it just adds that. And it's nothing big, it's nothing fancy, but little tiny things like that can make the listener just like perk their ears up. Little tiny things like that can make a mix kind of jump out at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I'm huge into mixing and learning, learning about a lot of stuff. And like I've told you guys, I listen to a lot of different music. I listen to the stuff that you wouldn't think that I would listen to. But I enjoy everything. But the main reason, I love listening to a lot of this stuff is I get the inspiration and I get the ideas from somewhere that you might not hear in, let's say, the type of stuff that you would think that I would listen to, but I can pull from other places and put those ideas into my own stuff.
A completely different style too, right? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah.
Style of music.
Different style of music. But mixing, I mean, that's a whole nother thing, man. Songwriting, mixing, with mixing and effects and EQs. I mean, there's so much. There's so much there. And myself, I hate it, but when I'm mixing something, it's never done. It's never finished. It's never good enough. Never. And you burn your ears out. you're just toast, and you hear the song a billion times. It gets to the point where you're just so sick of it. Mm-hmm. You're like, I want nothing to do with this. You can put it away, come back to it, or like Jay says, give it to somebody else. Get their take on whatever it is. And that's another key ingredient to mixing or songwriting, is collaborating, working with somebody else and bouncing ideas, off somebody, or producing, working with a producer, or producing your own thing,
Well, the producing, and I used to think, because if when the Gizmochi album comes out, it's going to say on the back, produced by Jay Hannon, because it's true. Even though if I had my way now, my whole thing has changed about that over the past handful of years. Because I think if we had our way and the album was recorded in different, a different time, I guess, I would say, let's get a producer in, because in my opinion, you can't really produce your own music. You know what I mean? Because you're the one writing it. So how can you take a step back and objectively listen and say, dude, that sucks? You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to do that. And sometimes, like there's a few riffs and parts on this new album that if I was looking at it honestly, I'd be like, hey, take that part out. That part, all you're doing is embellishing something that doesn't really fit the song. It's a cool part, but it doesn't need to be in there, And I think sometimes you need somebody from the outside to kind of listen that has obviously your band in the best interest and everything like that. But they can look at it as a whole and say, okay, this needs to be,
and somebody, most importantly, somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, not just your buddy.
Don't
is this part cool? Like, no.
And I hate to say it, but 100 times out of 100, it's not going to be somebody you're related to, because they're going to love everything that you do, and they're going to say, oh, that's amazing. Even though it sucks. You play them the mix that you hated. Oh, that's wonderful. No, it's not.
No, dude, what are you talking about?
This is
I was showing you this because it sucks. You're telling me it's great. Well, Johnny, you mentioned mixing. One of the worst feelings there is to send a band a mix. They like it or love it. And then you're listening to it going, you know what, man? That snare drum or this kit or this something. Next thing you know, you spend hours and hours trying to improve the mix. And then the next day you send the band that mix and they're like, dude, we like the last mix better. And you're like, oh my God. I just stayed up till friggin' 3 a.m., thinking I'm, reinventing the wheel, and they like the previous.
Oh,
That's happened multiple times, man. Because like you said, you start listening and overanalyzing and you drive yourself nuts.
And once you tweak the EQ on the snare drum, now that clashes with the bass guitar. See, now you have to tweak the bass guitar. Oh, wait, that messes with the guitar. Oh, wait, the vocal doesn't. It ruins.
Yeah.
It starts going just downhill.
And that's a great point too, because I mean, this is from my personal perspective. And you say, like, when you all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm going to mess with the EQ of the snare, you're really focusing on the snare and you're kind of not paying attention to, like, the rhythm guitars or something else. And like you said, it's affecting everything. There's only enough frequency space in a mix for whatever.
And that's another talent that you have to develop or that you have to have, where you can listen to a song and zone, just latch on to one thing, keep that one thing in mind, and just almost like where everything else in the song doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do that, then you've got some good ears, and you can you kind of know what you're doing. Because not everybody can listen to a song and just hear just the one part. And I'm not talking just instruments now. I'm talking effects as well. Reverbs, delays, blah 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 blah, whatever it is, and some of the stuff that I'm listening to, there's a lot of reverbs, and it's not all the time. It's throughout the song, all different reverbs on different parts, creating all different spaces, reverbs within reverbs. See you, Mickey. I think you're leaving. So there's that as well, is being able to listen to all that stuff, being able to understand that. And
you got to be careful with reverbs too, because they tend to they can tend to build up around like the 400 to 500 area. So sometimes, I mean, it might not be audible at the time, but sometimes it's good to have if you're going to be using a lot of verbs and stuff in things, maybe just notch out some of that honking at that area of that. And then another tip is use different reverbs too. If you're using the same reverb on everything, it's obviously the same frequencies in the reverbs are hitting each other. So every different reverb and delay, they all have their own color to them. Mm-hmm. So now we're getting to the good stuff here, man.
Yeah, man. And it's endless. It's endless talking about that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. But see, that's what I love. I love effects. And I'm not talking about, yes, I do love the delay pedal on my guitar, but I love the delay within Logic, within the DAW. I love all the different delays, reverbs, Hey Zach, hey man, um, you know, applying that stuff to mixes.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I
there's
prefer.
so much.
I'm with you, dude, because obviously, if I'm jamming or something, or just playing in my room, I'm going to use the reverb. If I'm playing through like the THR or whatever, or an
Yeah,
amp, I'm using an effect in there or whatever. But if I'm mixing something, I'll tell the artist like, "Hey, send me." Obviously, if it's a distorted guitar track, send me the distorted guitar, but don't load it up with effects. Don't load it up with delays, reverbs, unless you have a specific sound that you like. This guitar has to sound like this. But
hmm
I'll tell everybody, just leave it dry. I'll add the effects in the box in Pro Tools. That way, you can, if you hear it back, you're like, dude, that's too much reverb, or that's not enough reverb, or it's too much delay, or we want to automate the delay so it changes throughout or cuts off or whatever. You have all
yeah,
that control in your DAW. You don't have to worry about, dude, nothing I can do about your solo. That reverb is overpowering, but hey, that I can't do anything about it. It's always better to have the control, you know.
yeah, yeah. Never, never, never print your effects into your track. Um, let's say if you're going to send a track to be mixed or whatever it is, because the mixing engineer, they get that track and they're stuck with the delay that's out of time with the delay on the vocal or whatever it is, and you're screwed.
Yeah,
You're
dude,
just
yeah.
you're screwed, man. And yeah, there's been guitar tracks that I've done where I'll record, like, let's say I know it's going to be a rock guitar part, I know it's going to be a solo, I know it's going to be 5150 time, whatever. Where's that emoji, by the way? But I'll record the guitar clean, no gain at all,
Really?
super clean. Yeah, yeah. And then
Wow.
so I can go and I can add overdrives, distortions within the DAW itself, and get the total character of that. Let's say that that plugin or
Mhm.
whatever. You know,
Hmm.
there's so many different. Here it is. So many different ways you can do, man.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. There are, especially now in the digital world. I mean, back in analog days with tape and stuff,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
different.
that's
That's
real. That's
different.
real mixing. You had to know what the hell you were doing. Like you read stories about Mutt Lang and what he did with the Def Leppard records, and you're like, how would you even think of that? To accomplish it nowadays, digital. It's like there's a million ways to do stuff. And now, you got YouTube too. It's like, okay, how do I make this type of effect? You just pull up YouTube. Okay. And it's right there. It's like, it's almost
hmm
cheating, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because you're not learning. I mean, you're learning, but you're not gaining the experience of creating that yourself.
Yeah. But at the end
You
of the
know.
day, it's like, shit, it's there. The band had some cool effect that I had no idea how to do. So
hmm hmm But let's say you go to play the song live. You
yeah,
might
good
have
luck.
to recreate that effect yourself within your effects pedals or within your whatever it is.
Are any bands nowadays really, you always hear stories of like, we really didn't think about, and speaking of Mutt Lang, Def Leppard, um, I think it was Joe Elliott mentioned, when we were in the studio making Hysteria, there it's so layered and just guitar parts over
Yeah,
guitar parts,
yeah.
obviously vocals over vocals. Um, and he said they really didn't think, oh no, how are we going to recreate this live? They recorded what they recorded and then said, we'll just figure it out later. And then they kind of had to sift through, say, okay, well, there's 5 guitar parts going here, only 2 guitar players. We gotta pick what we're going to be playing live. So there's that, and then there's other bands that say, hey, we're just going to go in and we're going to record, left and right guitar track, solo, drums, bass, vocals, and that's it. The raw stuff.
hmm
Um,
hmm
so
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and another thing, as far as if you're going to, let's say, if you're going into the studio, make sure you have, hey, David Ennis. Hey man, make sure you have 99% of your material already written. You don't want to be writing while you're recording. Yeah, you can let's say, you can come up with, a better part here and there, and that might work. But you don't want to if you're going in, you want to make sure you definitely have the songs down where you know what the songs are. You don't want to be reworking songs in the studio, because that can just turn into just a mess
Mm-hmm.
where you throw the songs away,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think I read somewhere one time, when Van Halen went in to record their first record, maybe it was, I don't know if it's John Biel, is this right? um, I think that they wrote, Jamie's Crying in the studio, like
Wow.
while they're recording. Is that true, John? If you're even here.
John Biel. Is John Biel here, John Biel?
John Biel, let me know if you're here. Okay, Nerd Halen says that's true. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So they went in to record that first album, and Jamie's Crying was written while they were recording that.
That's pretty cool.
So that's cool. But again, that's Van Halen. I mean,
Yeah.
but when you go into the studio, make sure you have your songs pretty much down.
And I know a lot of guys, they get used to the modern day where everything can be fixed nowadays. And back in the day, you had to know your parts.
Yeah.
There wasn't all this, oh, don't worry about it, dude. I'll just copy the one you played right 40 times. You couldn't do that back then. I've come across it myself. A band will send me stuff, and I'm like, oh no, like I gotta fix this.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're just, if you're relying on the recording technology to create your songs, you're just creating a nightmare for later on when if you're going to perform that live, because you're going to have to recreate all that stuff. And like how Jay was talking about Def Leppard, there's 20 guitar parts, 2 guitar players.
Yeah. What do you do?
They're not playing the same parts. I guarantee you, they're not playing the same parts that they played when they first wrote those songs. They're totally having to relearn, reorganize, recreate those parts between them.
Yep. I mean, it is cool on one hand that you have so much freedom to, if you want to make a record, it's like nobody has to be in the same room anymore. Nobody even has to play the songs together. I mean, we're guilty of it too. There's probably 4 songs on the new Gizmachi record that we never played together in the same room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know part of it is the reason because I moved. I'm not in New York with those guys anymore. But it's cool, and also it kind of takes the intimacy out of making music. There is something special about being in the same room playing together. There really is. You feed off that energy. You see your drummer over there just into it and losing it and blasting his drums, and you're like, yes. And you don't get that when it's just one guy sitting there playing his part, and it's like, okay, your turn, and then they go, and then the other guy goes. You kind of you don't get that live energy feel, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah. 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 But if you're good, if you're good and if you really know what you're doing, you can work your way around that stuff. And hey, Rich, is it Rich Barrows? Barrows? Oh, whoops. Where I meant to do this one. First time here. Rich, welcome, man.
Welcome, Rich.
And then I showed this one. Def Leppard pulls off their whole 87 album. Yeah. But Medellina, yeah. If you listen to it though, if you listen to them live, it's similar. It's similar to it, but it's not exact. And like I said, I guarantee you, now the 2 guitar players that that was really reworked to do that live.
Yeah.
Than what they went in to record or what they wrote or whatever.
It's the same thing. I mean, think of a band like that has a lot of guitar harmonies and stuff in their music. You got 2 guitar players. Do both of them stop playing rhythm to play the harmony so the balls drop out of it, or does one guy stay playing rhythm and one guy just plays one of the lead parts?
That's why you get 4 guitar players.
That's why Iron Maiden has 3 guitar players.
Everybody plays guitar anyway. Might as well get them all together.
Yeah. So
right, Adam? Hey now.
Hey now.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, we were just touting your stuff a little earlier, man.
Yes.
Some questions in here. Robot Master Switch before. I responded in the chat, but he said, "Did your band play Ozfest in Seattle? I think I saw you guys in 2005." That is correct, man. That's super cool. There's been a few people in here now that saw that tour. That's awesome.
That's great.
And he says, "That was my last summer in Seattle. The second stage at Ozfest was badass. Small world." Yeah, dude, that's when Mastodon was still on the second stage, and now they're massive. Let's see what else. There was some good stuff in the chat, man. See, when we talk about mixing and producing and all this stuff, we get some cool stuff in here.
Yeah.
Ben Tom asked if I missed those angry. I'm assuming that means hand jobs from your bandmates. Bozique says, "Are you guys going to tour with the album, or are you going Steely Dan with no touring?" Well, if anybody is a Soilwork fan, Bjorn, the singer from Soilwork, is actually the lead vocalist on the new Gizmochi record. He lives in Sweden. We live in the U.S. So I'm going to say there's a 99.9% chance that there's going to be no touring. So I would love it, though. If we could go on tour with him, that'd be super awesome. But, those guys are going to be touring too. So I doubt it's going to happen.
Yeah. I got to get some more water. I'm like,
we got water, and then we got that cardboard.
Oh, yes. Unboxing here. I think you'll all enjoy what's in there. I already know what it is.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, let me get. I'm gonna leave you here for 1 second.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I have no choice.
I'll leave my camera on. I gotta get more.
You don't leave it on. It's all right.
I'm talking so much I can't.
John BL sent me the DVD. I have it. I think it's over here. Hold on 1 second. Now I'm waiting. John BL was awesome enough to send me the Blu-ray of the Ozfest 2005. And let me see, where the hell is it? It's going to be small on here. That's what she said. But if you see track 10 on the DVD, let me see. Come on. Right in the middle there, Gizmochi. So it's on there. So very cool. And again, thank you, John. Very nice of you to send that to me. I appreciate it.
Oh, John BL.
John BL.
I remember that. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
With all that water I drank, there's something else I gotta do. I'll be right back. I'll leave my camera on, so it's not so weird.
Dude, it's all right. It's okay. I'm fine. I got things to talk about because people are chatting here. Let's see. Ben Tom says, "Would your wife allow a Swedish tour girlfriend?" I highly doubt it. Let's see. I thought I missed it. Oh, the chat asked Jay, "Did they give you an ETA for the Frankie?" No. It's so back ordered right now that he said might even be like early January. Oh, my wife just texted me and said, Swedish girlfriend, no, unless it's Bjorn. So, shit. Today I was on a trolley fantasizing about getting an EVH guitar and learning how to play right now, SD Design says. Yeah, FE Tone says major back order. Yep. Yeah, it's nuts, man. But that guitar might be like the most pre-ordered guitar ever or something, I heard. It's insane.
Dude, what'd you do?
I know.
I leave, I come back, there's more people in here.
Well, hey, you know, I took my pants off.
There was like we gained like 10 people when I left. Maybe that's the secret.
Yeah. And everybody always asks about the Ozfest thing, like how cool was Rob Zombie? I have no idea. Rob Zombie, I never saw him. You know, he had his own like trailer and bathroom stuff, like that only I guess he could use. He never used it because he would show up, get on stage, and then he's out of here. But it was an awesome experience, man. It was like one of those summers that it's like the coolest summer ever. You know what I mean? It really was super cool.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's great, man. Yeah. That's awesome. All right, should we do this?
Yeah, man. I'm excited to see what's in there because you didn't tell me what's in there yet.
No, I didn't tell anybody.
Yep.
I didn't tell everyone what's in there, and I think there's a lot in there. So, is that guy still here? The guy that sent this?
Yeah, he is.
He's still, okay. All right, Chad. I'm gonna open this, man. And yes, make sure to follow me on TikTok. Everybody,
follow me.
Do you have one? Me. Did you make one?
No, because you should delete that,
dude. Well,
they're stealing your data.
Well, yeah. There's certain reasons for that, but that right now it's the biggest platform there is.
Really?
Yeah, it's huge.
I just thought it was for like booty shaking videos.
No,
that's not why you're on there.
Well, for myself to do that, yeah.
Maybe I'll get it then. I'll download it right now, man.
No, dude. It's when we get offline. I'll tell you some things, man. But okay. All right. Should I? Well, here I'll just. It's not open. All right. So I'm gonna open it.
Opening the package.
Yeah. And see, I got this package like 3 days ago.
Well, hopefully it's not perishable in there.
But see, I'm able to get a package and save it, you know? All right.
Well, if that Frankie comes on a Sunday or something, well, it's not going to come on a Sunday. If it comes on a Monday, we're doing a live stream Monday.
Dude, I mean, if you want, you know, when it shows up, whenever it is, most likely I'll be sitting here creating my own TikTok videos dancing, so we can go live like instantly when you get it, you know. Okay. All right, look at this. All right, I got a nice little shim for my my guitar neck right there.
That huge box for that little shim, huh?
Thank you, Chad, for the shim.
Whoa.
All right, am I blurry? Oh, man.
You got to present yourself, man.
Oh.
Nobody wants to see me right now.
Okay, I'll present. Well, I'm lagging. I'm lagging so bad.
Well, I got to put chapstick on anyway, so.
Okay. I got to look at this. Dude. Holy crap.
Uh-oh, what is it?
Dude, okay. Let me just say,
ooh,
it's a box full of these.
What? What?
Yeah.
Wait, full of the same disc? It's like 1,000 of those.
No, all different ones.
Whoa!
All different ones.
Now I have a question for you. In the Discord, can you set up an audio stream in one of those channels that like just has that, and people can go into that room and listen? You should have a Van Halen bootleg room where there's constantly something playing.
I don't know. Maybe.
That sounds like something neat.
Maybe. Okay. Well, here. I'll do this. I'll do it this way. I'll have us both on there, but it's bigger, so I can show it and we see it and we see you.
And you can see my reaction. Ooh.
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 Oh, wait, wrong one. Okay. All right. It's a box full of Van Halen live CDs with the artwork and everything.
That's awesome, man.
Look at that.
Before Roth completely dyed his hair. Ticketron, remember that?
Yeah.
Ticketron.
So yeah, anyway, it's a whole bunch of these CDs. Tons of them. Tons of them. I had some of these way back in the day, man. With all the artwork and everything. How do you open this? Dude, like you know,
like real, like official bootlegs almost, it looks like.
Well, yeah, back in the day, that's what they were. That's what they were. You know?
Wow.
But yeah, that one, I had that one. There's tons of them, man. This one. Man, you ever hear this one?
Yes, dude. I love that. Yep.
It's the 5150 like demos, you know.
Well, I think a lot of the main tracks were the final takes, but a lot of Sammy stuff, right? Sammy stuff was kind of raw on that. Look at Neil Young's
That's
face.
when they were a trio with Neil Young. If you guys remember that.
They played Rockin' in Free World when I saw them in '93.
Yeah. Well, that's they played it with Neil Young first.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's why they started playing that when they did it live.
But I remember that was one of the songs that really stuck out for me, was that song, because I had no idea they were going to play it, and it was just an awesome rendition of it as well. Like, I think the Van Halen version is the best one. Well, that's awesome, man. The Chad, killer.
There he is, right there. Chad, thank you so much, man. It's never ending, man. It doesn't stop.
Wait, go to that last one you just held up. Was that just? Oh, dude, it looked like they had masks on. For a split second, it looked like they all had masks on. I was like, huh? What? Is that now? Nerd Halen.
Yeah, very cool. You know, that's the cool thing with some of these CDs back in the day. You know, people would make these and you know, back before the internet, where you had to buy the magazines that had the pictures in them. You know, you would get these and you would see pictures that you'd never seen before. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like let's say like that picture on that one. Like I've never seen that. You know?
Sammy standing back there like, oh, my days are numbered, huh, guys? You got me standing in the back.
But yeah. So it's all live. Oh man, I remember this one, dude. Rocking my hometown. Yeah, this was Costa Mesa '93, where they do "Rockin' in the Free World" at the end. This was the first time I heard it, actually. Like
Wow.
maybe before I saw them. Like maybe I had this first somehow and then saw them, or the other way around, or whatever. Dude.
By
But
any
yeah,
chance, Chad, do you know if by any chance the Middletown, New York '93 show is in that box? Because that show is on YouTube. That was my first concert ever, was '93 Van Halen at the Orange County Speedway in Middletown, New York.
man.
Vince Neil opened up with Steve Stevens on guitar, and it was effing awesome.
Yeah, when I saw them, it was them too.
Yeah. It's super neat that, in my opinion, like my first ever live concert was was Van Halen, my favorite band,
Oh wow, it's got this one.
Oh.
Have you heard the Women and Children First? Uh, uh, Not really demos. It's like this. It's like the same songs, but they're
Yep.
like different mixes.
Mm-hmm. Very cool stuff. Fan club issue only.
Yeah, that's how they tried getting away with this stuff back in the day. Fan club only, not for sale. It's like, oh, wait a minute, Roaring Mouse Records.
Raging Boner Records.
Yeah, that's how they would get away with a lot of that. But man, it's like,
Wow.
it's never ending.
Chad, do you know how many exactly that you put in there?
Oh, here's an actual one.
Oh, Chad's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to put that in there.
So there's both. Yes, I never had. I remember that one. See, a lot of the stuff I had way back in the day. There's an interview.
The Gumby shirt. Man, I bet that interview's fun as hell to listen to. They were probably all pumped up, man.
In the Whiskey A Go-Go show from '93, where the Dreams video came. Remember the footage of all the people running down the street?
Yes.
That was for this show. And this is the entire audio for it. So you actually get, right? Do I remember this correctly? They played Dreams, that they did the video for, and then they played an entire set. I think they actually played Dreams like twice, maybe. But yeah.
SD Designed asked, what color is my wall back there? I don't know exactly the name of it, but I do know, and I'll try to make this quick. It's is it? I'll have to check, but I think it's the maroon, or not the maroon, but the color of the Washington Nationals baseball team, like the red. I think it's that color. So I had Lowe's Home Improvement match the color. Hey, can you find out what? Not that I'm a Washington Nationals fan, I'm not, but I like the color scheme because these walls are gray to the sides, and then this wall in front of me and that wall are red. So there you go.
Awesome. Oh, here's the soundboard of Six Flags Magic Mountain '77. The cool thing about this show, I know a few things. This was the first time. Was it the first time, or there's an early version of Ain't Talking About Love on here live, where it had a different intro?
What does the intro do? Is it like everything comes in at once?
No, the guitar intro was different.
Oh,
it was slower. It had like a different part to it, and then went into that part that everybody knows.
Wow. And there you go. That's a producer coming in and saying, "Hey guys, Ed, we don't need this part of the intro. Just start from that,
Montreal 82. Man, I never saw a lot of these. Okay, this one I saw. I had this one. I remember this one. This is the soundboard Caracas 83. I remember that one. Wow. I never had this one. Dang. Is that it?
Is that it? Guy pulls 100 CDs out of a box. Is that it?
Well, no. Okay.
Come on, Chad. Where
Dude. Chad. Dude, thank you so much, man. Here, let's see if I can.
Oh, you're just asking for him to be all over. Yeah, man.
Look at this.
You got a lot of listening to do. All right, everybody, good night. Awesome.
It's heavy.
Heavy metal.
Chad, dude, thank you so much, man. Yeah, there's some stuff in here. Yeah, I've heard a lot of it, but I think there's ones in here that I've never heard. So I'm excited. And stuff I haven't heard in a long time, like that interview one. I had this when I was a kid. I had this CD, but I haven't heard it in years. Wow. Dude, thank you again so much. Oh, you want that one back? I didn't mean to send you a real record. Wow.
You want to know a funny story about Women and Children First? When my brother came home with this,
yeah,
I borrowed it from him. That's what we had to do back then. I couldn't just take anything out of my brother's room. I had to ask him permission, which I get it. I'm his younger brother, so of course, So I ended up trading him my Women and Children First CD, my BMG copy.
Oh,
to him for this Larry Mitchell CD.
This isn't a BMG.
That's a legit one.
This is a legit.
So that one still works because I'm sure all the BMG ones in Columbia House, all those things that's how they were able to do them for so cheap, I guess.
All those
shit quality.
Penny CDs.
Yeah.
No, It was 10 CDs for a penny.
Yep. That's right. So, Johnny, we got a loaded question in here that you can answer in a million ways. Yeah. Robot Master Switch says, is a Focusrite Scarlett and a Shure SM57 usable to record at home? Of course it is. Vocals, guitar, bass, and drums. What is the minimum a fellow needs to record themselves at home? The first part's easy. Yes, of course. Scarlett, which is the interface. And there's 57. Obviously, yes. But what is the minimum a fella needs to record themselves at home? Well, it depends on how much of a production you want to get into. I mean, do you want to mic a whole drum kit? Or do you just want to put 157 up in the room and record a mono, drum track? This is a difficult, question.
Yeah. Maybe he's talking about DAW wise. I mean, huh?
Dad's leaving.
See you, man.
You weren't thankful enough. He's
Thank you, dude. Thank you, man. The thing is, do you have a Mac robot? It's a robot, right?
Robot Master Switch, yeah.
Robot. Okay, if you have a Mac, like let's say I have a MacBook Air sitting right here. I can open up GarageBand, and you can plug. You get one of these things.
Yeah.
You can plug anything into anything, and you can get everything. You can get everything to speak to each other and get the sounds into there. Oh wait, the whole digital production is a new. I just see something.
Yeah, something behind you.
Is Ned here?
Is it either a big rat or
it's Ned. Okay, wait. The whole digital production is a whole new learning curve. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's the very basic thing is if you have a Mac, you actually already have what's called GarageBand. And you can open that up. You can plug in your Focusrite or whatever
interface, yep.
Your interface directly into there. Plug your guitar into there, or plug a mic into there, and there you go. And they actually, I think GarageBand actually gives you, they have little demonstrations of how to use it, like within itself. I think.
It's 7/9 now. That's my name in here. 7/9. I'm getting a dedicated music Mac this fall. I have all the instruments except the electric drum kit, mic stands, etc. You know what? I program drums a lot for some bands, and I don't have a drum kit. Well, I have Ellie's little drum kit behind there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you can see it. But some bands don't have the budget to record, go into a real studio, record drums, or if they do have an electronic drum kit, like you're talking about, they'll send me the MIDI file of their drum track that they actually played physically, and then I'll be able to go in and see all the velocities, all the hits, and use like Superior Drummer 3, for instance, and I can go through and kind of like, that part is a little weird, or it's not, something's effed up with it. I go in and make everything, change everything, and do that type of thing. So you don't technically need an electronic drum kit to do electronic drums. You know what I mean?
No.
So you could save it there. Unless you really want to play them, then that's a different story.
You can get something like this, not this exact one, but you can get something like this and play into it, record it, and then have total control within your DAW of the parts.
MIDI controller.
Of MIDI control of the hits. You can move with MIDI. Back in the 80s, MIDI was a bad word. These days, if you can understand it, if you can use it, there's so much that you can do. Like let's say you get like a keyboard controller, a piano. You can play the drums on a piano. You can play anything on a piano. You play that stuff into your DAW, into your, let's say, your GarageBand, and then you have total control over every note of what you're playing. You can change. You can turn every. Let's say, I'm just saying, just for instance, you can take a MIDI controller, play a song on the piano. You can literally change every note into a different instrument within MIDI. There's so much you can do. It's amazing.
Yep.
And that's something I'm really into now that I never understood back in the day, or it wasn't, hey, I play guitar, who cares, Yeah. Now I'd rather play that keyboard controller, because as far as writing, there's so much that I can do and do it all myself.
Yep.
And then play the guitar later. Add the guitar on later on after I've created the drums, the synthesis. I'm really into synthesizer stuff myself. So, the synth stuff, whatever it is. And it's MIDI, so you can always change it. You can always change stuff around. You're never stuck with one thing.
Yep.
And with, let's say, GarageBand, or what I use what's called Logic. Logic
Logic Pro or something.
Logic Pro, Pro
Yeah.
X,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and it's unbelievable. The stuff. Actually, I'll play you. Actually, well, we got some. You have a minute, right?
Yeah, I have a minute.
Let me play you guys this track really quickly here. This was actually, I did this within Logic. This is all me. Let me make sure it's this one. So we're not going away. We're just playing you some songs. So don't leave. Don't leave. I'll play you a little bit of this. Listen to this.
These are the songs that Johnny dances to on his TikTok.
Or I will. Once I can get you on there. Okay, listen to this. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Okay.
Dude, that sounds like something from like a late 80s, early 90s type of like on a movie soundtrack. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that's the stuff. I'm really into that stuff. So yeah, so that's me, and that whole little song there, or whatever that was, I created all that on a keyboard or on a controller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the only actual instrument in that was the guitar. That was me on everything that I did. But I started that song within Logic, writing it on a piano. That part, that dun 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 dun, whatever that was, And then I played that over the drums. I did the drums first, played that over the drums, did a bass part, played the bass on the keyboard, probably some other stuff. That very, very beginning part that you heard, where it I know I'm blurry, but
fades in,
where it's backwards, where it fades in. That's like delay. That's where you get into the mixing part of it in the production, and you snip the tail of the guitar later on, reverse it, put it in the beginning of the song, becomes the intro of the song.
mm-hmm.
And if you notice, it goes right into the tune, like it matches up perfectly.
Yep.
But yeah, see, those are skills that you learn. And it's so much fun to do that stuff. And like I've said a million times, you write your own stuff and it's your own songs. Like for me, for instance, I use my own tunes on these videos. I won't get busted because it's my own stuff. You use some royalty-free licensed song that you get from some website. Use it on all your videos as your theme music. Next thing you know, somebody uses that and
Mm-hmm.
somebody uploads it somewhere, all your stuff gets banned.
Yep.
All your stuff, and you have no idea why, and it's because you used content that wasn't yours. And it might not happen today, maybe not tomorrow.
6 years down the road.
6 years down the road, you have 3,000 shows. Next thing you know, they're all flagged.
Yep.
Yeah,
my brother-in-law does these movies and stuff, and a video that he put up, oh God, I don't know, maybe 5 years prior or something like that. He used what song? Maybe "You Belong to the City" or something like that.
Oh, now that's stuck in my head.
Song. Such a great song.
Miami Vice
flagged, and they pulled the video down. It's like it's 5 years ago, but hey.
It'll happen eventually. And if it doesn't happen with YouTube, if you don't get flagged for something, now or later, eventually, at some point, you will.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, just saying though, as far as recording, writing your own stuff, it's great. Use them for your little intros and outros or whatever. or
Well,
just as far as demos, just writing, like that little thing you heard, even though it's just the one little thing, you know, I can use that for something eventually, you know.
well, back to the original question. I mean, I think what Johnny's really saying is you don't need nowadays. You don't really need, one-on-one studios in Los Angeles, California, to do an album. You know, you can do a
You
lot.
do it all. You do it all in this
Yeah.
right there.
I mean, obviously the experience of all that stuff and the sound, whatever, but
It's like you got a party right here.
yeah.
You got, just make sure you're done recording and mixing. You upload that to SoundCloud before you throw your laptop out the window.
Yeah, but I mean, the 57 is the most universal microphone on the planet.
I've got two of them right there. Yeah. And the 58 or the beta or whatever.
Yep. But I mean, for recording snare, drums, and toms, the 57 is great. Obviously, guitar. If I'm gonna use one microphone on a guitar amp, it's got to be a 57.
Mm-hmm.
Vocal mic. I mean, if you have to use it, you have to use it. But for studio recording, I probably wouldn't use a 57 if I had no other,
No, that's what always stuck out to me. The When It's Love video, Sammy singing into a 57 in the video. I always thought, even back then, before I even knew about microphones, I thought that doesn't look right.
No, it doesn't look
There's
right.
something wrong with that.
Yep.
But it's a music video. In a video, you can do anything.
Yep.
It's like somebody pointed out on my my Van Halen group, VH7884. There it is. Join the group. We add like 100 people a day to that. We're closing in on is it 20,000? 20,000 members. It's happening quick. Yeah.
20,000 people watching this shit.
Well, that's the thing too. That's the thing too. Is we need to create a early Van Halen show. Dedicated to this era.
Mm-hmm.
Loosely based around it, and start doing those in that group exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it could get huge. So that's another thing. Another thing we gotta write down. What was I don't.
Well,
what was I even saying?
We can still stick on this topic because we got some questions or some stuff adding to what we're talking about. KXM Rock says E609. I have an E609. Those are the ones that they go like they're flatter and it's kind of square, and it's in the closet back there, but it basically kind of
looks like this.
Yeah,
right. It looks like that.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's more square, but yeah, it just goes right up against the amp.
It goes right up against the speaker like this. Yeah.
Yep. But I got one of those, but I A/B'd it with a 57. Obviously, I was comparing it with high gain, and I still preferred a 57 over that. Now, obviously everybody's ears are different, everybody's amps are different. So, just from my ears personally, I mean, what I've done though is I've like dual mic'd cabinets and stuff like that, like either putting two mics on one speaker or a different speaker or whatever. You can do that type of stuff because every microphone, different microphones, you get a different sound.
Every microphone is different. The way you position it on the speaker is different.
Every speaker sounds different. And
where you put it on the speaker, whether it's here or slightly to the center, to the center, the side. Yep. It's all, there's so many different options. And within Logic, I have the control to move, like I have like speaker cabinets, I have amplifiers, I have microphones, and I can move the mics around the speakers virtually.
Yeah.
And you can hear all the different sounds,
Yep. And then somebody mentioned they saw Tom. Oh, I think it was John BL. He says Tom Petty always used a 57 for his live vocals. Live vocals are different. Like even like Johnny has the Beta 58 right there. Live vocals, that's the microphone I would use. But I've used the 58 tried to use a 58 recording vocals in a studio setting, it's not the same. It's not the same. I prefer anything like rock and roll and up as far as aggressiveness. The SM7B, that's my choice. It's the one, like Joe. If anybody's seen the Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast, that's the mic. It's like a broadcast microphone, but it's a absolutely phenomenal vocal microphone. Phenomenal.
Like this. So you're just talking to it like this.
So, but I mean, you can use anything that you can, and if it works, it works. You know, there's no rules to any of this stuff.
Yeah, there's no right and wrong. I mean, there really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, even the guys that are, you know, the studio cats that it's like I'll only use this type of mic. I'll only use this on this, you know, this on the guitar amp, whatever it is. And then one day there's a session and this doesn't sound as good anymore as the thing that you know.
Yeah.
You're always switching stuff up. That's one of the dangers of starting a studio is your microphone cabinet or closet can get pretty big, and you got to keep it locked up.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Well, this is cool, dude.
It's endless talking about recording and stuff.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, everybody watching, everybody's got great input and great questions as well that we can keep
literally
going.
input.
Yeah, well, no, but dude, I mean, I know we missed a lot of stuff because there was a lot of stuff just is rolling past, and you know, we apologize if we. I'm sure we missed some great stuff too, but you know,
yeah,
a lot of this crap because I love stuff like that, man.
Oh. Yeah. Same here, man. Same here. And as far as comments, let's say if we missed a comment, you know, in the live chat, leave it down below for playback, and we'll answer those questions or comments down below.
Yeah, I got to be better with that.
Yeah. Well, I get the alerts. You know, I get all the alerts for this stuff, and if there's something specifically for you, I'll send it to you.
Cool.
You know.
Robot Master Switch. Brian Spalding just got in and said, "Hey guys, what did I miss?" Or just got back. What did I miss? And Robot Master Switch says they're giving a lecture on home recording, and I've been taking notes. Well, cool. I'm glad that, you know, people are actually finding this interesting, and you know. But
oh yeah, it's. I mean, it's great.
You know, there's been moments, man, where, you know, sometimes a mistake will lead to, you know, an epiphany almost. You know, you screw something up or you try something like, what the hell? And then you're like, wait a minute, that kind of sounds cool, or it makes you think of a different idea to do something else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why there's no right or wrong. There really isn't. I mean, there's suggestions. You know, there's the let's say, oh, you know, the 57. I've got two of them up there. Mm-hmm. That really is the standard for snare drums or guitar amps, let's say, like in a club. I mean, 9 times out of 10, that's what they'll be using. Mm-hmm. You know. But as far as recording, you know, miking stuff up in a club is very different than miking stuff up in a studio.
Yes,
very different. And you got to take notes when you're in the studio, or you have to remember if you get a certain sound on a certain thing. It's like, hey, John BL, man, you know, on the first Van Halen record, imagine finding those studio notes, and the microphone on Eddie's amp was here. That's what all those cats on Facebook that mm-hmm. all swear they're getting the tone. You know, I think there are a lot of people, they don't even think about where the microphone was on the cabinet. Yeah. You know, which is a huge part of that. It's not all about the guitar and the amp, you know, as far as recording.
And then and also it's the mic pre that they, you know, whatever they use.
Mic pre, the room that they used.
Yep.
The reflections. There's all sorts of stuff.
And
right, Ned?
Thing.
The fingers.
The hands and the fingers. Yep.
Uh-huh. But actually, the most important thing is this.
Yeah.
What's in there? That's the most important thing.
Yep.
So cool.
Well, we'll pick this up in 26 hours, everybody.
Saturday Night Live with your host John BL will be tomorrow night. It'll look something like that.
Something
Actually, I've been using this one lately, so it might look like that. But that'll be tomorrow.
And again,
oh yeah,
everybody wants to purchase a Wolfgang special, striped, upgraded, FU tone stuff. Let me know. And it's got a German Floyd Rose. And it's got these things, the strap lock, clasp, cliff sets, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh yeah.
Contact me.
Awesome. They can find you on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, not Twitter, whatever. But yeah, if worse comes to worse, you know.
I love Twitter, man. I've been all over Twitter for years. Yeah. And so again, make an account over there. There will be content over there, over on johnnybeaneTV username over there at some point. So tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live, John BL, 11:55 p.m. ish Eastern, roughly midnight Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific p.m. tomorrow night, and we may have a special guest. We might.
I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, you'll be there? Okay, then we definitely will.
That's what you're talking about. The special guest.
Yeah, Jay will be there tomorrow.
Yeah, so we might have another special guest. We're all special guests, man.
Yeah,
every one of us.
Because it's John's show. Anybody else that's on there it's extra bonus.
Number of people.
Phil Collins. All right. So remember, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. If you'd like to take the step further of the support, there's a join button down below. Here on YouTube, Facebook as well. Leave a like. And what? Thank you so much to our channel members. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. What is that? Why is there 3 of them? Wait a minute. Is that the latest one? I gotta redo these things. I gotta redo them there. This is like when I first started doing this. It's like the fastest, throwing the thing up there like that. Eventually, it'll be more professional.
Eventually.
All right. Love you all. Thanks for watching, and watch another video. But if you're headed off somewhere else, Johnny Bean Raid in the chat of that video. Johnny Bean Raid. Jay Hannon Raid.
Ooh.
Nerd Halen Raid.
Raid?
In that video. Hashtag Nerd Halen Raid. Hashtag Johnny Bean Raid. Hashtag Jay Hannon Raid. Wherever you're going. Christopher, good night, man. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you again. Thumbs up. Blah, blah, blah. Which one is it? It's that one. All right. Bear.
Bear.